The book Nothing to Lose by Bishop Edir Macedo, a record bestseller, arrived today at the prisons of the country.
They received the book from the hands of Bishop himself, while he shared his story of struggles and success.
The rigorous and dramatic routine of prison, broken by a surprising moment. The same man that 20 years ago experienced the anguish of being in jail went through the gates of the detention center in Pinheiros, São Paulo, a little before 10 o'clock in the morning. There, together with the inmates, he spoke to them not as a guest, but as someone who knows what they go through.
A minute spent away from our liberty becomes an unbearable pain.
Accompanied by the Corrections Department Secretary, Bishop Edir Macedo spoke to the inmates.
We don't want anything from you. We just want to give. We just want to give to you all what God has given to us.
And holding their hands, he prayed with them.
And all who believe say, Amen.
With a copy of Nothing to Lose in their hands, the first of 3 books about the life of Bishop Macedo, a line begins to form. Up to the moment, out of the 19 events held to promote his book, this is the only event where Bishop Macedo was present. It is the first time in Brazil where a best-selling book that has been at the top of the charts for 6 weeks has been launched in a correctional facility. The book was also signed by journalist and writer Douglas Tavalaro, co-author of the book and vice president of journalism of Record TV. 5,000 books were distributed among several penitentiaries around São Paulo, a donation that received the praise and acknowledgement of the state and of the judicial system.
No one fixes a man from the outside in, but from the inside out.
Together with the coordinator of the prison group in Brazil, Bishop Afonso Silva, the magistrate judge of São Paulo was also present at the book launch.
I can say that the religious support is one of the pillars to the rehabilitation of the incarcerated.
Here at the Correctional Institute in Pinheiros, there are almost 1,300 inmates, which right now are receiving a copy of Bishop Macedo's book. Different lives, all in the same place. Nilvan was sentenced for 34 years and has finished 12. Valdivani was sentenced for 20 years and has already finished 10. To most of the inmates here, the words in the book don't only bring hope, but inspiration. Dirceu, a man who learned how to read in jail, is robbed, kidnapped, and murdered, and has been sentenced to 44 years in jail, and hopes to find in the example of Bishop Macedo the self-control that he never had.
What this means to me is that he went through a whole lot, but he had to go through those things to be where he is today.
What does this image tell you?
This shows me a lot. This shows me I can achieve the same things he achieved.
The Spirit of God is one, and what He did with me, He can do with anyone who manifested true belief in Him. That's all.
For those who live in the hope of seeing these steel gates open once and for all, they are left with hope and a promise of a new life.
And I wait for all of you outside, on the altar, preaching about Jesus. Do you all believe? I also believe. And we're here to give you support. You can be sure that you won't be without a job out there. You can be sure that if out there nobody wants you, we want you. It's gonna be great. God bless and have a wonderful day. Deus abençoe.